Okay, the moment we've waited for. It is my pleasure to introduce you our 10 phenomenal women. And we begin with Arts honoree Amy Chang. Of the Toledo Symphony Orchestra, bringing beauty into our lives with her music and enriching our community culturally by being a cultural ambassador. Her place on the stage was hard-won. There was a time when membership in a professional orchestra was reserved exclusively for men. But her success in such a challenging profession is empowering girls and women who have the same bravery and grit to following her path. She sat down with 13 ABC's Claire Mitchell, so let's watch this video to learn a little more about our arts honoree, Amy Chang.
I am Amy Chang. I play in the Toledo Symphony Orchestra. I'm the Associate Principal Cello, and I also teach at University of Toledo. I'm an adjunct professor. I grew up in Taiwan, and very loving family, but we had very little financial means. So there was no way for my parents to afford any kind of musical lesson for me to take. And my mom loved reading newspapers. She happened to spot one little advertisement that was from our city government. They say they wanted to open up this new program called experimental music classes. So my mom said, let's give it a try. So we went, and I was very lucky. I got selected. And so when I was in the class, what happened was that the teacher said, hey, go home, tell your parents that we're going to form an experimental orchestra. And in this orchestra, you're going to, play an instrument, so pick one. So I went home and said, hey, Mom, what should I play? She said, cello. The reason she said cello was because her dad once said to her, like, cello is the most beautiful instrument in the world because it resembles very closely to human voice. During that time, this man named Leonard Liu, he was my uncle's good friend. He found out that my uncle has a niece in Taiwan playing cello, and he's just like, I don't know why, he just dived into this project and really wanted to help me. And in fact, he said, have your niece play something on a cassette tape, my generation, cassette tape. I want to show this tape to a very fantastic cello teacher in Chicago and see if she can teach you. And so I did. Apparently she liked my playing. She said, hey, who's this girl? I'd like to teach her. And Mr. Liu said, yes, she lives in Taiwan and she can afford to take the lesson with you. And so she said, it's okay, if you can get her to the United States, I will teach her for free.
I think you're very humble, and when I say that you are a leader, because you are a leader. You're a leader in music, you're a leader for women, you're a leader in the community. What does that mean to you, to be called a leader?
Like my parents, they set example for me to love my students, love my children, love my music, and I just share my life book. I don't think I'm like, oh, I'm leading you to become this and that. No, I'm just an open book. I'm here to share, to embrace, and to really love.
What would you say to those who are aspiring to be young leaders?
Do not let any hardship defeat you. I became a single mother when my youngest child was only 4 years old. Everything was taken away from us. We lost everything. In fact, we had to be forced out of our house. And my cello, my precious cello, was going to be taken away by a predator. So it was a very, very dark time and very difficult time. So my children and I had to start from ground zero. But it's okay. You know, when you're in the lowest pit, you realize how much lower can you get? You're already in the bottom.
The only way to go up.
Right. The only way is to go up. So go up, look upward, and look at the end of the tunnel. There's a light. And don't let any hardship defeat you. You can do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the YWCA proudly salutes Amy Chang, the 2023 Arts honoree. Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Lisa.
I am deeply honored and humbled to have been selected for this wonderful award. There are so many countless other women tirelessly making contribution to the community who deserve to get recognized. I am grateful for Kathy Carroll, Because of her, I learned about the amazing work YWCA is doing. Thank you, YWCA, for your tenacity in supporting the betterment of women. You are making profound impacts and improving many lives every day. Very few people know that when I was 6 years old, my left eye was hit by a boomerang. Ever since the accident, I have been navigating my world with only one good eye. For years, I was very embarrassed to talk about it until one day I recognized this could be the most meaningful thing that happened to me. It reminds me that what lies behind each smiling face could be untold, painful stories or invisible handicaps. It also reminds me of the importance of sharing beauty and goodness in this world. I have been very blessed to be able to use music to connect to humanity, to share joy, to share beauty. It's my sincere hope to continue to use it to change lives. I hold a deep gratitude to my former teachers. Without their guidance and dedication, I would not be where I am today. I want to thank the Toledo Symphony Orchestra, yes, and University of Toledo for giving me the platform to live my dream in sharing music. Thank you, my symphony colleagues, for sharing your talents and making so many wonderful memorable music with me. To the parents of my students, thank you so much for trusting me with your precious children. It's an honor and it's a privilege. I am indebted to Mr. Leonard Liu for bringing a teenage girl he didn't even know to the United States through the Rotary Club. You opened a new world of opportunities for me. And Auntie Alice, who is here today, and my Uncle Joseph, who is smiling from heaven. I can't thank you enough for your generosity, your unconditional love and selfless sacrifice so I could get the best education in such a prestigious school. And to my families and so many amazing friends, while I was going through my darkest time as a single mom with 4 kids, you supported me, you gave me warmth, and you encouraged me. You are my angels. Thank you so much. And to my husband, Will, thank you for your magical ways of always making me laugh. Your unwavering support means the world to me. I wish my parents could fly 8,000 miles from Taiwan to be here today. To my dad, who shows me what genuine love and care is like. To my mom, thank you for believing in me. When other kids were forced to have their noses on the textbooks for exams, you let me play with guinea pigs and climb mango trees. You always told me God has given you something very special. When time is ripe, I trust you will rise to the occasion. Finally, thank you to my dear 4 children whose creativity and free spirit are my source of inspiration. Abijah, Jasper, Ariel, and Jaren. You are incredibly resilient and strong. Thank you for being the most loyal cheerleaders for your mommy. And I feel like I'm the luckiest mother on earth. Thank you all so much for coming today. I hope to use this platform to continue to give back to the community as best as I can. Thank you.
Hello, YWCA Milestone guests. I'm Marna Ramnath, a member of the Board of Trustees of TAPA, the Toledo Alliance for the Performing Arts, home of the Toledo Symphony and Toledo Ballet. I want to congratulate and thank all of this year's Milestone Awards winners for their achievements and for what they bring to this community. I especially want to express congratulations and appreciation to Amy Chang, the Associate Principal Cellist of the Toledo Symphony, and this year's award winner in the arts category. Amy enriches the life of our community not only as a musician and accomplished cellist, but she impacts the future through her community outreach and the teaching of our children. Thank you, Amy, for all you do to inspire us and enrich our community.